Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon and here we play Jank. And today I'm taking a look at a Poison Pauper deck that I created a while ago. I think I featured it on a live stream, but not in its own video. I couldn't find it on my channel. Let me know if I'm wrong about that and I'm just doing the same deck again down in the comments. But, this is a Poison Pauper deck that is fully legal for the Pauper tournament I will be hosting May 17th, 2024. If you're watching this in the far-flung future, you might have missed it. So it revolves around Arbok. Arbok is an interesting card because for one single energy, it will burn, confuse, and poison your opponent. That's right, you get 3 status conditions for 1 energy, which is just ridiculous. It is a stage 1 with 130 HP, which is a little low if I'm honest, but the Panic Poison, leaving your opponent burn, confused, and poison is quite a big deal, and that's, what, 30 damage between turns, right? 10 for poison and 20 for burn, plus the confusion. So if they try to attack with that Pokemon, they have to flip a coin. If tails, that's another 30 damage. So how do we go about supporting this Arbok? We got Muk. Now, this is a rare Muk out here in, well, outside of Japan, it's rare, but in Japan, it's actually uncommon. So it's actually completely legal for this Pauper tournament that I'll be hosting, because I do believe as long as a card has a common or uncommon printing in any language, it should be legal for Pauper. So this rare Muk is actually legal. And what does it do? The retreat cost of your opponent's poison Pokemon is 1 more. And you can have 2 of those out, meaning increasing it by 2, and that is to prevent your opponent from retreating and being able to remove confusion that way. It's a nice little control aspect of it, but we also have another Muk to throw on a little bit of spice here. And this Muk is uncommon because it's got that silver border. Did you know back when they did yellow borders, they would change rarity of cards, but when they moved to silver borders, the rarity's the same from Japan to here, which is a brilliant move, and I don't know why they weren't doing that before. I understand they're taking 2 sets and making it into 1, but, like, why would you make a common card in Japan rare in America? I don't get it. But yeah, this is an uncommon, and it's got the Poison Sacs ability. Your opponent's poison Pokemon don't recover from that special condition, so poison, when they evolve or de-evolve. So they will heal from the burn and confusion, but they will remain poison, meaning they're still taking extra damage, right? And both of those Muks can evolve from this one Grimer with a single energy attack, 10 damage during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 more, trapping them in the active, right? We are looking to trap them in the active. See, in this format, there's like no gusting, right? Very little gusting or very difficult gusting. Nothing like boss's orders in this standard Pauper format. So trapping them in the active is going to be the key here. You probably won't get the Pokemon you want, but as long as they stay in the active, that means they're taking more poison damage, possibly more burn, all that. And then for a backup attacker here, we do have Seviper, which for 2 energy will do 100 damage to an evolution Pokemon. It's not a great choice. I think this is these 2 copies of Seviper are the easiest ones to cut and replace, but yeah, that's what we've got. And then if we jump to energy, it's just a darkness energy, so that's why I'm jumping straight to trainers. And we're starting off with Pot Helmet. If the Pokemon this card is attached to doesn't have a rule box, it takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. That basically puts Arbok up to 160 HP. They gotta do that. They gotta hit 160 to get a 1-hit knockout, right? If they're hitting less than 160, it's a 2-hit knockout. And Pot Helmet will stick around, so that's just more damage that they've gotta do. We've got 3 copies of Ultra Ball. We got 1 copy of Switch because I've struggled to put all the cards I wanted in this deck. Card draw is something very difficult to work with currently in the standard Pauper format. So I have to limit particular cards I would actually want to run more of, because Muk and Grimer, or the two Muks and the Grimer, all have pretty high retreat, where Seviper has 2, Arbok has 2, but it's the one that you want to be in the active, so you won't want to be moving Arbok from that anytime soon. We got 2 copies of Judge, a little bit of disruption, but also a little bit of draw for ourselves. We got 4 copies of Dark Patch, because we need to be able to reuse our energy as much as possible. I went with 4 copies of Dark Patch. It can just accelerate and possibly pay some of those high retreat costs, right? So that's why I went with Dark Patch. We got 4 copies of Youngster, Shuffle Draw, pretty good. We got 2 copies of Super Rod to be able to recover 2 lines of our Arbok, so we can have 6 total attackers from just Arbok. But we got the Seviper in there as a backup attacker in case it's necessary. We got 3 copies of Pokégear to find supporters. Like I said, this format is very low on draw. There's like no Pokemon draw, no Pokemon ability draw in Pauper standard currently. In the full Pauper format, which goes from black and white onward, I'm even thinking, well, if we go further back than that, but that, I gotta talk to someone that knows more about the history of Pokemon. Anyways, we just don't have a lot of draw currently in the standard Pauper format, because we're limited to just the standard cards, and this is currently the smallest that standard Pauper will ever be until next year, right? It's just after rotation. So we got 3 copies of Pokégear. We got 4 copies of Perilous Jungle, which just lets you has the opponent's Pokemon take 20 more damage, 2 more damage counters on their poison Pokemon, except if they're darkness. You really don't want to come up against like an Arbok mirror match. That's going to be difficult. But anything else, you should be pretty good here. So yeah, we got Perilous Jungle, 4 copies of that because we want to win the Stadium War. And then we got 4 copies of Nest Ball. Get your basics out. We got 4 copies of Cynthia's Ambition, extra draw. It only has the big benefit when your opponent has knocked out one of your Pokemon, but still it's decent draw. And then we got 1 copy of Arven, so we can find the exact item card we need. Oh, and of course pull Pot Helmet out. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a standard match here. Yeah, full standard, and we're gonna see how Pauper Poison does. Oh boy, I picked Eternatus for the deck box sleeves and coin because I didn't know who else to pick, really. Is Eternatus part poison? I forget. Ugh. My throat feels a little rough, so I might be sounding different. I don't know. Do you want to go first? Yes. We want to go first because we have evolutions, and we definitely want to get those out. Our opponent is calling heads or tails. They chose heads. Let's see what we get. Flipping 1 coin. Tails! Okay, so yeah, we want to go first. Yeah. Yep. It was weird that asked us before we saw the coin flip, so yeah, strange. Oh no! No basics! Dang. We play so many basics, though. We've got 3 Grimer, 4 Ekans, 2 Seviper. We're looking at 9 basics. That's a good amount, but oh well. I believe the number is 8. Yeah, you want to be 8 or more. When it's 7, you end up having too many mulligans. But it's not perfect math. It's not perfect because there's a lot of RNG here. So we just gotta wait for our opponent to finish setting up, and then we can set up, right? So we will then mulligan and finish this. We just need our opponent to play a little bit quicker would be nice. There's a lot of dead air here that I'm having to try to fill. Okay, they're done. So, yeah, let's get this out. Okay, we only mulligan once. We get Seviper out. What's Seviper's first thing? Sharp Fang, not great. But let's see what they're playing. If it's an evolution, it might actually be beneficial to have Seviper out. But we can Nest Ball for an Ekans, and it's not an evolution that they're playing. So this just is not good for us. Of course. There we go. We got Ekans out, and we're just going to end turn. Man, I do feel like if you can fit trekking shoes in a Pauper deck, you should. Like, just straight up, you should. Trekking shoes really just cuts your deck down from a 60-card deck down to a 56-card deck, because trekking shoes just gets you the next card. Although sometimes it'll get you not the next card, but the card after that. So, you know. Alright, so it looks like they're going for damage prevention and all that. So we get another Dark Patch. Not exactly what we're looking for currently. But we can evolve Arbok. We can then Youngster here. What do we get? No energy. Come on. Give us something. I'm going to wait on playing the stadium, because if my opponent plays the stadium, then I can knock out their stadium and keep my stadium. I'm expecting them to play Lake Acuity, but you never know. Do they just pass? Are they just passing? Attach and pass. Perfect. Love it. Nest Ball. We're going to Nest Ball. We're going to grab another Grimer. We already got 2 Ekans out, so let's get some Grime down. We will play Perilous Jungle, and we'll play Youngster. And let's see what we get. We get Pot Helmets. Still no energy. I am freaking out right now. Where is all the energy? Holy cow. Oh. Okay. Let's see what happens. So, if we do get this Koraidon poisoned, its retreat cost will go up to 3, meaning it has to remove more of its energy, and that's just a good thing for us. Lady! Love sticks. Alright, they got 4 cards in hand. All of it is energy. Do I judge them? That is my question. I could judge them, remove all that energy from their hand, but I don't know what I would be giving them, right? And I feel like energy is, like, fine for them to have, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Just give me some energy. Pokégear. Cynthia. Cynthia will hard draw 5? Go back. I could hard draw 6. So let's go for 6. There is some darkness energy. Finally, we'll get that down. Play down the Arbok. I'm even going to play down the Seviper, because it might be handy in the future. And then we're going to Panic Poison. Poison, burn, confusion. They take 20 for the burn. They're going to flip for burn. Of course they heal. Why wouldn't they? They take 30 for poison, and it's their turn, and they are confused. Now, they can't attack this turn, but what are they going to do? Waste all that time retreating? They've got 3 retreat costs because of my Muk here, and so, like, that would take all their energy. Then they could Dino Cry, or they could just wait a turn, you know? Like, why waste all that energy? And Dino Cry would only get them 2 back instead of the 3 that they would be discarding. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Play down another Koraidon. Okay. Arven. You know, I miss Level Ball. I do. I wanted to make a Koraidon Drillbur deck, because I feel like you could get that online turn 1 going. But without Level Ball, it's really hard to search for your basics if you don't want them to go directly onto the bench from the deck. If you want to go from hand onto the bench, that's the tough part, right? So, okay, we get another Darkness Energy. I'm going to throw that on Seviper, and I think I'm going to Judge. They got a lot of stuff on their turn. I know they got 3 energy in hand, but I'm going to Judge. I just feel more comfortable judging. And I did judge myself right into a terrible hand. No energy, no supporter for next turn. All I can do is Panic Poison, which will burn them again. They're still poisoned, and they're still confused. So, they heal out burn. Like, come on. Ugh. Alright, so they're beyond half health now. So, are they going to attack, leaving themselves burned, leaving themselves confused? Even attacking is going to be risky. It's going to be a coin flip, right? So, if they don't attack, Like, I just don't know what they should do, right? So, I do think it was quite lucky that we ended up in this matchup, because I just think it's an interesting one, right? Koraidon EX versus a Poison deck. So quite lucky there for, like, showing off the deck. I mean, for the most part, I've shown off the deck. This is, like, everything, right? Yes! They hit themselves in confusion. Perfect. They take 10 damage for poison. Let's see. They're going to take... Okay. Let's replace that and go ahead and panic poison. Now, they're going to be burned and poisoned, so they're going to take 50 here. Heads again on healing from burn. What is going on there? Whatever. If they don't leave the active, they're KO'd. They're gone, right? I don't think they have much reason to stay in the active. Just retreat to another Koraidon, Dino Cry the energy onto it, like, or you just let this one get KO'd, right? Confusion. So they're going to hit. They're going to hit, but they're also going to be KO'd themselves. And we're going to be tied on prizes here. So that's pretty awesome for us. I'm going to throw up Seviper, because why wouldn't I, right? I got the Dark Patch to go into the Arbok if necessary. Like, I feel like I'm golden right now. Let's grab our 2 prize cards. And we got Muk and Arbok, which is just perfect. Now, this Muk is not as useful as the other Muk. So I'm wondering if I should hold off on evolving this Muk. We know we got a Grimer in the prizes as well. Maybe it's a mistake not playing Hisuian Heavy Ball. But, yeah. Trying to figure out. They sure do like to take their time, right? I wonder if they're thinking about putting up Lucario, but I did not knock out their Pokemon through, what am I trying to say? Through damage. I did it through damage counters, which is a whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. See? Yeah. It also didn't happen during my turn. That's another big thing. So, ooh, okay. So I'm going to play that down. And I'm going to play this down. I'm going to get the energy there. Do I do this? I'm going to, and I might regret it. I might regret this. Let's grab a Muk. Let's evolve up the Muk. We're going to switch into the Arbok, have a 0-card hand, but they're going to be burned, poisoned, and confused. There we go. There we go. There's 20. Flip for burn. Oh, finally! Finally, they don't heal from burn. 30 from poison. Thank you. Oh, man. So, okay, if they don't flip tails for confusion, then they will be knocked out after my next turn going into their turn, right? Which isn't great. That's not great news for us. We really want to be in control of, like, confusing people before it becomes before it becomes their turn, right? Oh man, and they saw that out. They saw that out. So yeah, that's rough for us. We could just pass turn and they're knocked out. Cynthia's Ambition. Let's get 5 cards. Heck yes, we are back in this, baby. Yeah, and I will just panic poison because there's nothing else for me to do. I'm golden right now. I'm so good. I just need to get another Ekans out. I feel another Ekans would be perfect. They flip heads on burn. Oh no, so sad. But Lucario is now knocked out. We are now leading on prizes, which is just phenomenal news for us. We get another Pot Helmet. It doesn't make that big of a difference against Koraidon. It makes more of a difference against Lucario. So, yeah. And whoever they put into the active, they gotta know is going to be stuck there, right? We are increasing their retreat cost by 2, so if it's a Koraidon with retreat of 2, that means retreat of 4 while they're poisoned, and that's really difficult to deal with. Like, Koraidon's attack even is 3, so they don't want more than 3 energy on a Koraidon, and we're forcing that. And that's where this combo really sits in a really good position, where it forces your opponent to decide things that they may not otherwise want. And here it is, a Pauper deck. I feel like my opponent went AFK because we're gonna win. And so, yeah, this is just working out so well for us. They could Dino Cry some energy onto what? This guy? Into your basic fighting Pokemon. So I would do 1 here, 1 on Lucario. I don't know what this evolution does. Is that the one that increases like the attack and the attack and retreat by 1? It might be. So I don't know. That would be an interesting one, but me going from a 1 energy attack to a 2 energy attack doesn't make that big of a difference. So, especially since, like, you know, I can knock that thing out pretty easily. So there they go. They do attach 1 energy onto the bench Koraidon. They're using Dino Cry for 2 on the Riolu. That's interesting. A Lucario with 3 energy could be trouble. So I'm going to play that down. Darkness energy there. Arven, what's Arven? For a Nest Ball and a Pot Helmet. Yeah. If I go to all, there's the Ekans. Beautiful. I got everything that I could want. Nest Ball for an Ekans. Pot Helmet on that thing. And we attack. Panic Poison. Now, maybe they play a switch to get out of the active, and they're just putting up this Koraidon to just hold down the fort while they set up this Koraidon and this Riolu. Could be. I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see what they do. Yep, there's the switch. They're going to switch into another Koraidon. That Koraidon will easily knock out the Arbok. Yeah, let's see. This one... 30. At the end of your opponent's next turn, defending Pokemon will be knocked out. That's interesting. So we'll go ahead and throw up Arbok here. We can Dark Patch the energy right onto Ekans. Right there. Should I play this? That's interesting. Should I? I kind of feel like not playing it. What the heck? It's crazy. I don't know. If I play it here, then it could be wasted energy. I'm going to play it here. Then we're going to Pokégear. Let's hold on to Judge. I'm going to grab a Judge and just hold it. I'm not going to play it. Okay, so now they are burned, poisoned, confused. Yes, they stay poisoned. Or burned, I mean. So that'll be another 50 damage. They'll be up to 100. This is working out. This is working out real well. They have to attach an extra energy to retreat into anything. Lucario's revenge attack will not be online. So it does have that accelerating stab, but they need to accelerate energy in some fashion. No, they put under grapple lock. Okay. Draw 3. Yep. Lucario comes down. Okay. Gonna retreat probably into grapple lock, I imagine. I don't think that's a great move for them, but I see it as an option, right? No, they're just gonna Dino Cry. What? I mean, obviously they got attached to the Lucario 1 energy, and how much energy do they have? 2, exactly 2. And then 1, I would go for the Koraidon EX, but that's just me. They put both on Koraidon EX. Nice. Oh, they flipped tails again! Yes! Oh man, that's so good. We get Ultra Ball. Not going to use it. We're just going to Panic Poison again. 20. Flip for burn. Come on, come on, come on. Dang it. It had to end eventually, right? And that does mean they will be knocked out. Unless, let's see, if they flip tails, they'll take 30. Then I'll do 30. No, they'll be knocked out going into their turn. So that's not great. Are they going to retreat? Do they have Switch? Okay, they're going to hard retreat. Love it, love it. Who are they retreating to? Oh, Koraidon. Okay, okay. Wild Impact. I love it. I'm going to put up Seviper. I'm going to Dark Patch. I'm going to... No, wait. I'm just going to put up Ekans. Don't make this complicated, Landon. There's Seviper. I don't need the Seviper. Seviper, Dark Patch. I need Arbok. There it is. They're down to 2 prizes. Okay, okay. I need my other Super Rod. They've got 4 cards exactly. Let's go ahead and judge them. We get Energy. We get Cynthia's. Let's see. What does this attack do? Okay, okay. Not as good, but not terrible. So we're going to go ahead, confuse and poison and burn them. They're going to take another 100 damage. Then they have to decide. Oh, beautiful. Then they have to decide if they're going to stay in the active. Do they attach energy to the active Koraidon in order to retreat, thus not attaching to one of your benched Pokemon? They would probably retreat in that case to Grapple Lock. Lake Acuity comes down, so they're not going to take nearly as much damage from Perilous Jungle, sadly. Dino Cry is happening. Cool. Cool. Were they not able to attack? No, they weren't. Okay. Okay, there's heads, so they heal from that. They're at 130. I'm going to deal 70. Okay. Let's put a Muk there. Let's draw. I know, it's getting so close, right? To the bottom of the deck. Not loving it, but hey, it's what I got. 70. So this will knock out this Koraidon, get me 2 prizes, but that just means I need 1 knockout now. So what are they going to choose to go into the active, right? We got Grimer, we got Ultra Ball. Still no Super Rod. Are both of them in the discard and I just didn't realize it? Did they seriously just put Lucario up? That's nice. That's so nice of them. Love it. Yep. Because of weakness, they're getting the KO. They retreat? What? Oh my gosh. I'm going through so many emotions right now. Yeah, these just did 50 damage to themselves. I'm going to throw up Muk, who's going to confuse and poison them. Making it even harder for them to get out of the active, right? I'm going to do 90, confuse and poison them. Like, this is wild. Alright, there's the Super Rod. Thank you. Let's Super Rod back. 2 Ekans and an Arbok, you think? I like it. I like that plan. Grimer? No, wait, they did knock me out. That would deck me out. So I can't do that. Oh my gosh. This is difficult. I think I'm just going to attack. Yes. Please work. Let's see what happens. If they get heads on confusion, I lose. It is to that point. They can't retreat. They would have to switch. But they don't have an attacker. They get the switch? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. And they get heads on confusion anyways. That is the game. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this. This was a nail biter, came down to the very end, and this is against a standard deck, not a Pauper deck. That is how good some of these Pauper decks can be, but they're just on such smaller cards. The level that you have to be powerful is so much lower, which widens the strategies that we can use. I love it. So this is a look at Pauper Poison. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see another video of me playing this deck, I believe one of my live streams, maybe 2 live streams ago, I played this, so you could find it in the live streams. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the look at this deck. Go ahead and do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, smash a bell, I don't know. And join the Discord. Remember, I am doing a Pauper tournament May 17th, 2024. So join the Discord and let me know that you want to play in the Pauper tournament. Just join the Discord. All the information's there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Of course, until next time, keep playing Jank.